Hello, hello, hello. Hi, my fans. How y'all doing? It's your girl, Shema. And I'm checking in with y'all tonight, just dropping a little video. We're going to go over relationships again. Okay, so this is really just in response to all of the things that I'm hearing from the women about the men, and a little bit more information on some things that I've learned. It's nothing new, but I just want to kind of share it with you guys and see where you standing with this thing, how you feeling. But I'm going to address a couple of things because I know it's still a lot of women out there who are wanting and hoping for, praying for a husband. They want that one that's for them. We're going to talk about perspectives and mindsets, understanding a few things, preparing for the person that you say you want. Okay? And just some things that the Lord has been kind of giving to me. I'm going to give this to you guys. Who's still looking for a husband, who want that man and all that good stuff. Okay, so first let's start off with this. There is a huge gap in this generation today versus my generation. Okay, so now I see a lot of women looking for a guy, looking for a husband, want that partner, want that, this, or that. But there's some hiccups. There's some problems there, right? So we have a generation of men that don't want to commit. They're not looking to get married. They're not looking to commit. They just want to have fun. They just want to, but that doesn't mean that you can't find that person. That, not that you're supposed to be looking for him. He's supposed to be looking for you. Let's be clear on that. Okay, then you have the issue. I'm gonna let y'all in on something. So I decided to do a little bit of Lyft driving, right? So I did a little bit of Lyft driving, see what's going on. And so far, I kid you not, I have picked up men that were married with kids but slid out of town to be with another man. And in the back of my car, I'm listening to all this. And I have met men who have said they only sleep with straight men. And my thing is, how are you only sleeping with straight men? Because if they straight, you wouldn't be sleeping with them. So they must be bisexual or gay or something like that. So I've seen some things. I've even had a woman share that she went home for her lunch break and caught her husband in the bed with another man. So now we have a generation of men that not only do not want to commit, but that are sneaking around and don't want to admit that they're not 100 when it comes to a woman, monogamy. And so this is what I want to tell women who you feel hopeless, you don't think that you're going to meet that guy or that there's a guy for you or that you can find the guy that fits you. If you watch through all of my videos, almost every video you're going to hear me say it's all about your mindset. Work on yourself. Work on yourself. I have seen women and had women call me and tell me that the man isn't acting right. He doesn't want to do this. He doesn't want to do that. Women, listen. When a man really, really wants you, he'll do all that and some. He'll go above and beyond. I'm listening to women they're telling themselves that, no, I'm not making him change. No, I'm not making him this or that. But you're steady telling him, well, I need you to do this. I need you to do that. I need you to... The same thing you've been repeating for the last 2 years. You're still saying it. And he's still saying the same thing. He's not going to do it. He does not want to do it. Okay? So this is the place where you have to understand the importance and the value of being alone with just yourself. Just being alone with yourself. The more you're with yourself, the more you learn about yourself. The more you sit in silence and ponder, even though it's painful. It's painful. I understand. I get it. I get that it's painful because you don't have a man to help you, support you financially. You don't have a man to do all the things that he's supposed to do emotionally for you, or whatever the thing is of why you want this man. I understand the hurt of being lonely, because a lot of men are, maybe they're locked up in prison, or maybe they are gay, or maybe they are bachelor, or maybe they're confused and don't know which way they want to go. I had a woman just the other day, and we're talking, and she has this guy, and I met him, and immediately my first thought was, he's gay. He's gay. Of course, I didn't say that, and I could have been wrong. I could have been completely wrong. Well, a few weeks passed, and she calls and she says, he disappeared. He's gone. I'm like, what do you mean he disappeared? And I said, well, maybe he has, I don't know. And she says, well, we tried sleeping together and everything. He's a really good guy, and he just couldn't sleep with me, and he just couldn't perform, and he was explaining to me these things, and I'm like, okay. I said, well, isn't he gay? I just kind of put it out there like that. She says, no, he's not gay. So a week later, she calls, and we talking, and she says she was talking to his ex-sister-in-law or sister-in-law, and she begins to tell him how he was molested as a boy by a neighbor, blah, 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 blah. So now at this point, I have to explain to her the process of his first initial encounter being with a man, why he's not comfortable getting down with her in bed as a woman like a man would, and all these things. The manhood that you're wanting from him, you're not going to get it from him. You're not going to get it from him. And so, I mean, even women that are running into men that are on the down low, or men who are, gay or bisexual, some are still in denial because that innocence was stolen from them. I get it. But as a woman, if you know you want that manly man that knows how to be a man in the bed, knows how to be a man out in public, knows how to be a man, all the way around, you're probably not going to find that in someone who's completely gay and tipping back and forth. The chances are really slim. They're really slim. But if that's the route you want to try to go and think you can change, I mean, you can try. It's not something I, as a coach, would recommend, unless you have time to do that. Okay? But on the other side, this is what the Lord has been giving me that I want to share with you. Because things have come it's almost in a complete full circle. It's come in a circle now from the Bible days, in the Bible, when God decided to destroy Sodom and Gomorrah. And when people thought it was okay, it's okay to sleep with kids and have sex with kids. It's okay to sleep with spirits. It's okay to try to sleep with other animals or entities or all these perversive things. And here we are, and it's happening. It's happening again. I've heard even celebrities talking about it on the news, on some TV shows, but it's to a point now where the agenda appears to be you don't have to be a boy or a girl. You can sleep with whatever and whoever you want to, and it's okay. It's your choice. You can do all these things. Well, unfortunately, I know it's not your choice. It is your choice, but it's not. Okay? So when you're a woman and you're dealing with all these different kind of things, and you just want an old school relationship. You just want that old school man who know how to be a man. Well, that's difficult. And I need you to realize the times that we're in. There's a lot of confusion going around for the kids, because we have a generation of parents who are now into the pan and into, human rights, and they're not really attentive to the commandments and the things that God put into place in natural order. They're kind of like, bypassing that. So this is what God gives me. He says to me the other night, and I have not been, and I'm going to be honest with you guys, I have not been praying for a husband. I haven't. I've really been enjoying my singleness. And you probably heard me say this on other videos. I've really been enjoying my singleness. I've really been enjoying watching God take me through that process of developing my skills, showing me what he put in me, why he put it there, what he wants me to do with it. And when you focus on that thing, which is pretty much what I'm saying is your purpose. When you focus on your purpose, why you're here. Because I know you're dealing with sadness. I know you're dealing with depression. I know you're dealing with a lot of different emotions. But when you zoom in, and it's hard to do, focus on your purpose. Why are you here? Because God put things in you for that. He put whatever those things are. And I had a guy that I was talking to probably last month. And he says to me, Miss Shema, I don't have anything. I don't have any talents. I don't do anything. I just go to work. He's a techie. He says, I just go to work and I do my job. But I know that's not where I'm supposed to be. What do I have? And I walked him through the process of identifying, and he couldn't even identify his own skills and talents. He couldn't. And so I gave him a lot. And by the end, he was so grateful and so thankful. It's like, I never heard it put that way before. And so this young man, he got some breakthroughs, at least to get him down the right path. He felt a whole lot better. He felt so much better, he said. But that's the thing. When you're sad and you're depressed, it's because you're not doing the thing that you're supposed to be doing. You're doing something else other than what's true to who you really are. Take that time to be alone and focus on that. Because I tell you, nothing can make you more happier than knowing why you're here and what you're supposed to be doing. And to get rid of the feeling of walking around blind, hit and miss, just hoping I hit it. I hope I get it. I hope I land in the right spot. I hope I do it. I hope. You don't have to hope in that way. Ask God. Pray. Pray and seek him. He said, if you seek, if you ask, if you knock, it should be given unto you. It will be open unto you. He wants you to know. So he says to me, what I'm seeing, what he's trying to do with the people next, focus on your purpose. Through focusing on your purpose, you will begin to walk with God, and he will lead you to places that you didn't expect or that you didn't think. He will open doors. He will do new things in your life. And while you're doing that, the man that you want, you may not even know what kind of man you want. You just know you want one. The man that you want, or that you're yearning for, the Lord said to me so softly, he said, this comes from the kingdom. This man is a kingdom man. You can't go and find a man that is going to be faithful to you, because the majority of them are not. And yes, I said the majority. Okay. Most women want a man that's going to be faithful. You want a man that's honest. You want a man that's transparent. You want a man that's a provider. You want a man that knows how to love you and your children. You want a man that will accept you and support you, have your back. You want this wonderful, wonderful man. Yes, he sounds perfect, but there's no such thing as a perfect man. There's no such thing as a perfect relationship. So with that being said, when you think about the type of man you want and you look at what you see every day, it can be very discouraging. It can be almost depressing. It really can. Because it seems like the men are liking the men more than they like women. You know? And it just seems like they don't know what it means to be a man to a woman. And I'm not bashing the men, because there's a lot of women who don't know how to be a woman to a man, to their man. There's a lot of women who don't, and I teach that in my course as well. There's, understanding a man, understanding a woman, and so that's what the Lord said. He said, that man that you want, when you get discouraged and depressed because you're looking at everything you see and the men look like they're going backwards and they don't want to commit and they're sleeping around with whoever they want and they're lying and they're cheating or whatever, and you get discouraged, that's not where your husband comes from. Those are not the kind of men that God calls those are not the kind of men that God calls to marry to his daughters. Okay? God is, now I read in the Bible, God sent one of the prophets to marry Rahab, told a man, go marry Rahab, she's a prostitute. Now, normally you say, no, God ain't going to tell you that. For the purpose of this conversation in this video, God is not going to give you something that is not good for you. He's not going to give you something that's displeasing. If you want a man with integrity, if you want a man with standards, if you want a man that is a good man, he's going to come from the kingdom. He's already doing the kingdom business. He's already walked through that process with God to change his character, make him look more Christ-like. He already has a conviction in him that he's to treat his wife right, as a gift. Your man is in the kingdom, doing kingdom business already. That's where you find him. So for those of you who are Christians and who are seeking and seeking and seeking, that's what the Lord gave to me a few nights ago. He's going to begin to connect people through the kingdom. Kingdom women with kingdom men. He's going to begin to connect them. But you only find that when you're walking your path. When you're going forth in your purpose and you're doing what you're supposed to do. Just do you, boo. Just do you. That's it. Just do you. And as you're doing you and you're doing his work, how he wants you to do it, being obedient on that path, you're going to meet your husband who's on his path. And it comes through the kingdom of God. Just like that. So stop fretting and worrying and trying to persuade a man to be right. To persuade a man to be what you want him to be. Persuade a man to adapt. That, first of all, that's not even in order. We're called to adapt to him. We're called to love and respect and be his backbone. So whatever his vision is, if you're in a relationship right now and you're sad and you're hurt and it's not working, first of all, find out what his vision is for you. Because I can tell you, before my first marriage, all the men I was with, they all had a vision for me. Let me tell you, they all had a vision for me. And let me tell you what their vision for me was. It was either to be their trophy. I'm just supposed to sit there and look pretty and not say nothing and run whatever errands they want. It was either to be their babysitter, in a sense. You want me to be your woman, your main woman, but you're having kids outside of our relationship and you want to bring them to me so I can help you raise all of your kids while you run out and make all the money and continue to sleep around. I'm the babysitter. That was a vision for me. Another vision for me to be Susie Homemaker. The vision was for me to be Susie Homemaker, and I wear skirts down to my ankles and sing solos in the church. And nothing wrong with going to church, but first of all, God didn't call me to that. Actually, he called me to be more of an evangelist, which means I'll be traveling. And so, you see what I'm saying? You have to know your own purpose. You have to know God's vision and your vision. You and God's vision for your life. So when a man comes along and he's trying to talk to you, don't get mad at him. First, you have to understand what his vision is. Because if y'all clicking, it's probably because his vision for you was not very high. Okay? It was not very high. Another vision many men have had is just for me to be their cuddy buddy or their side piece. Okay? That's a real sucky vision. When I have all of this talent, I sing, I dance, I model, I act, I write, I, coach, I'm a nurse, I'm a nail tech, I'm a business owner, I'm a whatever these things are that I do. Your vision for me, it don't work. It's too much. My energy's too big to fit into your vision. So when you're dealing with these men, don't just focus on the sex. Don't just focus on your emotions. Oh, I'm so close. I love him. I love him. I love him. You may love him, but is he mature enough to have a vision that will carry you and your children to the highest heights you can reach? Or are you going to be always working to get retirement and taking care of kids while your man cheat on you and then he come home and y'all have makeup sex? Is that going to be your rotation? Are you in a cycle? Or are you going to keep going in a cycle? So understanding, you have to find out what your purpose is. And the only way you can do it is to start assessing your skills, your talents. What makes you happy? What makes you sad? What makes you angry mad? What makes you stay up late working at it? What makes you get up early working at it? What drives you? And then, what has God been saying to you? Stop focusing on the man. As long as you focused on the man, you will never be able to find out who you call to be, how God wants you to use your gifts and get on the path you're supposed to go on, because you're too busy looking at a man who is not God, who does not have a very good vision for your life. So find out that vision. If you good with the vision, then you good. If he don't even have a vision, you in trouble. And you have to know. You have to know what kind of man fits you. A man with a bunch of kids that sleeps around, does not fit me. A man who just works a regular job and makes less than 6 figures does not fit me. A man who drinks every day he get off work and just likes to chill and watch sports doesn't fit me. That's me though. Mine has to be a hustler. He has to be a business owner. He has to have, so I understand. You need to understand just like that. So when men come your way, you put them in the category you want. And I'm not encouraging fornication or anything like that. But you put them, if that's going to be your cuddy buddy, oh, baby, you my cuddy buddy. Oh, if you going to be my traveling buddy and we travel and take trips, that's my travel buddy. Oh, you my boo. Or, I'll marry him. Yeah, his vision fits me nice. I can see that. Yeah, we can do that. So think about those things while you're in pain and you're feeling lonely and you're feeling unseen and uncared for. Your answer is in yourself, really. Understanding purpose, vision. Who are you? What are your talents? Where does God want to take you with those talents? Who does he want to use with those talents? So, dry your tears, baby. Baby girl, dry your tears. God has a plan, but you're going to have to seek him. You're going to have to get yourself right. And, I'll tell you again, you can go back and start from video 1 and watch all my videos through. It's going to walk you through. Now, just so you guys know, my book is still coming. For those of you who did not have a good example of a relationship in your parents, your grandparents, aunts, uncles, and you messed up. Not from other relationships necessarily, but from your childhood. You messed up. You don't know how to speak to a man and how to treat a man. You don't know what your role is as a woman. You don't. Your mouth is. This book is going. My book is coming out. It's coming out. I'm in the process on my book cover right now. I know I said July, August, but the editor took a little bit longer and but it's coming. It's coming. But I want y'all to keep this on your minds. You're going to want to buy this book. It has worksheets in it to help you walk through and identify your flaws, your faults, your hang-ups, your good, your bad, your ugly, from childhood to where you are now. It will free your mind. Do you hear me? It will unlock some things in you, and it will bring you closer to the Lord, and it will help you have a better knowledge of him and who he is and where he was in your process. So what future me told past me, the book is coming. Buy it as gifts for even teenagers that they stuck in a situation at home. Maybe the parents ain't never around or whatever it is. This book is a gem. It is a gem, and it's an anointed gem. So be looking out for that book. It's coming, and I hope this helped y'all out. This is your girl Shema, and you'll be hearing from me soon. And I love y'all much. Deuces. No. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Okay? And share the video. Because I know I talk to these women on a daily. I hear the stories. I see the pain. I see the hurt, the disappointment. The women are confused. The men are confused. Everybody's feeling alone, not knowing how to connect. The best way to connect is work on you. So I love you guys, and see you next time.